We shape our homes, and our homes shape us. I, Pallavi Arora of Fulcrum Homedecor, am here to transform your spaces into a dream home. Cheers to new beginnings and new memories, with a little bit of magic and lots of love.
Welcome to Fulcrum Homedecor. My name is Pallavi and I'm here to help you transform your spaces into a home. Today is another video of sustainable home decor. So as you know, or maybe you're not aware, we are trying to be as sustainable and as eco-friendly as possible. In the field of interiors, it is one of the most challenging things to do because a lot of the materials that we use are synthetic and they're not very environment friendly. However, when we use materials which last longer, they do turn out to be sustainable over a period of time. This series is a little different. This is a series in which I explain how we have taken the furniture or the bone structure or things that the clients have and we transform them with very minimal new things and make it into a space that they like and they would love to live in. So without too much more details, let me just jump right into the video. This video is only a one-room transformation. Now, Jill has been a client of ours for quite a while. She's been coming to our store, purchasing a lot of home decor stuff. So she approached me primarily because she was having a little difficult time finding someone who could elevate the look of her room. They had done interiors quite a while back and they wanted the room to be updated because some things were missing which were not covered during that time, and I will share with you over the course of the video what were the things that she found challenging and what were the things that how we have transformed the same. So let's start by looking at the before pictures of the space. So as you can see, the space, the room is a nice long room, and it has wardrobes in front of the bed. As the layout of the room, even this is something that probably even I would have suggested the wardrobes to be here. The few things that the client had a little bit of challenge with, and I'll start by showing you what we have done on those areas as well. And they had this big large pelmet above the window which housed their curtains. One of the first things that I suggested, and she was also very open to, was to remove the pelmet and to move the window outside to create a little bit of a seating in the room, because it just helps give the room some extra square footage and it just suddenly makes the room look a little larger. So we definitely replaced her windows. We've provided her with new windows which have tinted glass and they have a mosquito net. Those technicalities were taken care of. What we also wanted to do was to clad all the sides of the window with granite so that it looks a little cozy. And the granite, again, we've matched it to her current, tried to match it as close as possible to her current laminate. We've also provided her with a very thin but a foam seating, which kind of makes it more inviting. The second thing that I felt that the space needed was the false ceiling. Now, in general, you will not see me suggesting false ceilings. However, I do suggest it wherever it is necessary to either for electrical purpose or specifically to hide something in the ceiling. In her case, there was very less lighting in the space, and we needed to have some general lighting which would illuminate the space and make the space not so dark. So I've added a false ceiling panel, very simple, just brought it down only 3 to 4 inches from the main ceiling, and this panel is a rectangular panel right above the bed. This helps me put lights all around and it throws such good light. We've also added some LED lights inside the panel which helps her have a little bit of a mood lighting during the evenings and during her unwind time. The third thing that I wanted to take care of was her bed. Her bed, even though the room was so long, the bed was tucked away on one corner, which was making the space between the window and the bed very small, and it was just looking very cramped. Also, what I wanted to do for her was to have side tables on both sides of the bed, because she had this big box earlier. Things were just not fitting in right, so I removed that. We added a second side table. What we also did was her side tables did not have legs, which was making it inconvenient for her during the cleaning process. So we added legs. We elevated the side tables slightly, and they are movable, so she can move them around at any point. And now both sides of the bed looks very complete. There is also some space now between the wall and the side tables where she can add a tall plant or any kind of musical instrument like a guitar or something if she wishes, and so there is space and scope for more. The other thing that was a very big problem in this space was, because it was a very old construction, the electrical points were not concealed, and they did not have enough electrical points in the room, and that was something that Jill was very particular about. So what I've done is I've concealed all the electrical, so there are no wires, there are no casings that are visible. We've also provided her with ample light points on both the side tables, so there are enough plug points for her to charge her phones, to charge her laptop. We've provided her with wall sconces, so now both of them have their individual reading lights. We've also provided her with two-way switches, so the fan and the lights can now be operated right from the bedsides. So these are very functional and very small elements, but they make a difference in the usability of the space. The other thing was that they already had mirrors on the wardrobes. However, I wanted to add a large mirror in the room which bounced light off from her windows. So now that we've pushed the window off a little further, and we've opened up the windows, we don't have any closed, everything is open, the windows are longer in panel, there's a lot of light that comes in, and I wanted the light to bounce off very beautifully, and that's why I've placed this full length mirror. This is also the wall for the washroom. She did not want a huge dresser because she already has a good beautiful looking chest of drawers here. So we've just added a couple of, a shelf which is open from the front but closed from the side. So when you enter the room, you don't really see the clutter. Then we've also provided her with a light above the mirror, so that makes it a lot more easier, and she doesn't need to go into the washroom while she's doing her makeup. The final thing that I wanted to do for her was to give her bed a very comfortable and a cozy feel. So I wanted to remove the wooden headboard, which was not really very comfortable, and I've added a tufted headboard for her bed, and now she can relax on her bed and really enjoy the space. Also, since this wall was a very long wall, I've added paneling on the wall, again in very muted colors, just with a little bit of elevation, just to give that slight emphasis and very cozy, very relaxed feel of the room. We did not want to add too much color, so the fabric that we chose for the seating was very floral, and it had those similar shades of brown and taupe and just a little bit of green, and that's the color that I've reflected a little bit here and there in her accessories and artifacts as well. So this is how the room looked before, and this is how it looks now.
Tell me, Jill, what is I just want to know what your reaction to the end product is.
My reaction is this insane sense of peace and calm. Normally, walking into this bedroom, I just looked everywhere and I could see this wire is hanging, this plug point is broken, this piece is there, and everything was a bit cramped. When we moved into this place, it was requiring some amount of renovation, and I attempted to do some of it. And so I ended up putting in things that now I know were actually making the room smaller, a little bit more claustrophobic, and to the best of my ability, obviously having no ability to do these things, I didn't realize until now that it's done. actually what the potential of the room
is,
could be with that guidance. So yeah, super happy. So I think my favorite part when I walk into the room is definitely the ceiling, the lighting, and the wall. So the way all of those things came together. Again, it just feels more expansive because you wouldn't think that reducing the ceiling height would. I just assumed, being almost 6 feet tall, I was like, oh gosh, I love the high ceilings in this place. But actually, the way the lighting has been done in the room, it feels so much wider and so much taller. So it's like a trick. I don't know how. I don't know how. So I do love the window seat. I love a lot of elements in the room. Today I had friends over for a photo shoot, so we were in front of this mirror using this light. So there's a lot of conveniences as well that are really nice. But I think for me, the biggest thing is the lighting and the ceiling is really, really amazing.
Great.
So this is how we have transformed this room for Jill to create a calm and functional and a peaceful space for her, which is devoid of clutter, which is devoid of, which is basically organized and functional in a way that both the husband and the wife can use this space to its optimal. Since the room is a large size, is a nice big size, and it was not being used up in a very optimized way, we just made these few changes, and this is how the space looks. So I hope it gives you some ideas of how you can use your current situation or your current furniture, and just by elevating it, or adding a few things, make the space functional, make the space look desirable the way you would like your space to look. You don't always have to add everything new. So these are just some basic ways in which we have transformed this space, and I hope it helps you look at your spaces a little differently, a little bit more sustainably. Stay tuned to our channel. We'll be sharing more videos of homes and office spaces. A lot of things are happening at our end, and I would love to share them with you. And so till I see you again, happy living.